So, Sing Sing is the story of Divine G, played by Colman Domingo, who is incarcerated at Sing Sing prison for let's just say a crime. Debatable whether or not he committed it in the film. Sing Sing is based on a true story of a real man named Divine G, who was at this prison, and part of the rehabilitation through the arts program, which is an external program in New York that works with incarcerated prisoners and prisons in the area to put on plays. Productions, theatrical productions with prisoners as our actors, and gives prisoners an opportunity to, find a little dignity in art, maybe find a little creativity and an outlet. So Divine G does not head up this program, but he's in it. He's been in it for years. And one day, when looking to cast a new play, he invites Divine I, who is a different inmate there, to join the group and play Hamlet. Divine I is kind of hard around the yard. He's not really an actor, but he seems interested. And the two of them start working together with the other people who are in the program and other inmates to put on a comedy show based on Egyptian mummies in the Old West and Hamlet, and hopefully maybe find a little bit of brotherhood along the way. It's kind of a fascinating production because it's worked directly with the rehabilitation through the arts program. It's worth mentioning here, the rehabilitation through the arts program has a national recidivism rate of about 3%. Recidivism being whether or not an inmate finishes prison and ends up going back in. Yeah, reoffends. Normally that rate is 60% for prisoners. Their rate is 3%. So it works. It works for sure. And everybody involved in Sing Sing got an equal portion of the proceeds. It was kind of not really a union-made movie, but everybody in it got paid the exact same across the board, whether you were sound mixing or acting or directing, writing, whatever. Everyone got paid the same, and everybody has an equal ownership stake in the film because the filmmakers believe that everybody should own their own story. Most of the people in the film are not actors by trade. They are inmates or people who are in this program. In fact, there's only 3 or 4 big actors in this, Colman Domingo being one of them. Paul Raci is in this film. Otherwise, it's mostly real people. So Sing Sing is effectively almost more of a documentary, a retelling than it is of a fictional film. It's ethically made, ethically sourced, and ethically valued. But I got to know, Andy, what'd you think of the film? What'd you think of Sing Sing?
So I was really surprised by this. A lot of times when we watch these indie dramas, you're in for a little bit of a slow time, and then you're kind of waiting for the big climactic moments. In this, I felt like it had really good pacing from the beginning. Like I was in it from scene to scene. The movie opens with a production of, I believe it's Midsummer Night's Dream, and then our actors backstage, they're immediately then get in line to go to prison. And if you didn't know that's what the movie was about, that would be a big surprise. But also our characters are so interesting. Divine G, which is Colman Domingo's character, he's like the grandfather of this program a little bit. He's got written several plays. He's consulted a lot about it. It reminded me a lot of the Shawshank Redemption. He's a bit of the Red character that mentors and takes everyone under their wing. At the beginning, he kind of clashes with Clarence Maclin's character, who's playing a character called Clarence Maclin as well. Yes. But he's so rough because he walks into rehearsal and he's like, "Don't walk behind me. I'll stab you." Like he's so aggressive and we have to talk him down off a ledge several times, but he eventually kind of warms to the program, to what they're doing, because they do a lot of like fun and silly acting exercises that they write their own material, and he eventually just warms to the process. And but eventually a lot of things that the movie avoids things that you would normally see in a prison drama, or you would expect to see certain just cliche things like people get betrayed or people get killed or corrupt this, or and the movie sidesteps all that in favor of character. And at one point it kind of switches where our main character Divine G he's the one that needs the program and is not so much the kind of overseer of it. He's the one who's kind of struggling in the latter half of the movie.
Yeah, it is a wholly different prison drama. When I talked about watching this on Max, which is where it's streaming, it's where we watched it, Christine was going to watch it with me, and she said, "Well, what is it?" I said, "Well, it's a prison drama." She's like, "Sounds violent." I was like, "Yeah, probably." I'll watch it. It's fine. You don't need to watch it with me. I can tell you confidently that this is much more Shawshank than it is like Attack on Cell Block 18 or anything. Like there's really not a lot of violence here. You rarely even see outside of like the theater that they're working in at the prison. Like it is very safe. It is very comfortable. And I think that's good because ultimately Sing Sing is about brotherhood and it's about finding this space to play and finding this space to be vulnerable. There's this great poem about love. You have to love the soft animal of your flesh or whatever. And that's kind of what this is. It's like being a softie. And Clarence Maclin, who is kind of gotten a lot of attention for this role, he is kind of our conduit for that, right? Colman Domingo just kind of helps him along. Like you said, Shawshank's a great comparison. Like he comes in so tough and so angry and so mad at everybody. And slowly over the course of the movie, that burner just gets turned down more and more. And you see him start to come out of his shell and start to like really become more playful. There's a great scene about halfway through when he talks about how like, well, when I get out of here, I still got to be hard. I'm still a gangster. And Domingo's like, I guess, do you? Like maybe you're an artist, you know? And like, maybe you just haven't exposed that part of yourself enough lately. Like maybe there's something to that. And it's a lot about how like reducing that recidivism rate. It's about how these guys like genuinely change and like become something bigger than themselves in a program that isn't for everybody, right? Not every prisoner does rehabilitation through the arts, but these guys do, and they find something special and they find community and like they find meaning there. And it's really good, man. Like that's really encouraging and heartwarming. It's funny. And I like these kind of new roles that are in it. Domingo is a lot of fun playing Divine G, who's a real guy, but also Paul Raci, who we last saw on Sound of Metal, right?
Yeah.
Who was, what's the lead in Sound of Metal? He's kind of the instructor character there.
I almost said Rami Malek.
I know.
It's not
We've been
Rami
doing a whole
Malek.
movie podcast. We're struggling for names right at the end.
Oh,
anyway, he kind of plays like an instructor professorial character. Here he plays kind of like the theater director from Rehabilitation Through the Arts. He comes in and is like, hey guys, I'm going to direct whatever you guys need. I'm here for you. He's kind of a resource manager. He's kind of a fantastic instructor, leads these guys through these exercises, like helps Maclin come out of his shell. Other than that, I think the only other actor in it that I know, like, I say actor. All these guys are actors. Like, it's worth mentioning. Like, the audition tapes you see in this movie, in fact, are their real audition tapes for the movie. It's why most of them are named after themselves. Like, this is a very authentic one-to-one production. Like, the only other, I should say, actor I think who's inserted here is Sean San Jose, who plays a character named Mike, who's Colman Domingo's friend in the film. They're actually friends in real life. That's why they brought him in for the chemistry. They're tight. Like, overall, it's a very sincere production. Shot in like 18 days, shot on film, shot on site at Sing Sing prison. Like very, very one-to-one, like, which is really interesting. I know a lot of movies aren't made that way.
Yeah, it's really stunning. And I wanted to touch on, there's a moment where, again, Clarence Maclin is just really struggling when he first joins the program, because he's very prone to violence and defense. And someone has a great talk with him and they said, hey man, this isn't the yard. This isn't like the mess hall. You don't have to worry about those things. We're here to experience what we can't experience anymore. Like, yeah. And humanity, basically humanity, friendship, brotherhood, these things, that's what this place is for. And this is what we're developing while we work in these places. Because in the background of any prison drama is the prison system, the crime. These people have committed crimes. They're here for a long time. A lot of them talk about, like, I first got in when my child was a baby, and now they're a grown adult. So it's people who've been in here a long time, and they're all trying to get parole as well. They've been through that process many times. That's a whole subplot as well. But again, the focus is on finding their humanity through the arts, and it's a really powerful message. And like I said, it sidesteps a bunch of things you would normally expect to see in a prison drama.
Yeah, and not a long watch either. It's pretty tight, moves efficiently, and I do like Domingo's like B plot. Yeah, like he's trying to work to get parole, and he's getting files together, and he's working on his new play, and like all of that bubbles up to his own like reflections and his own problems. It's not just about Clarence Maclin like figuring it out as Divine I. Like Divine G very much has his own plot line and his own track. And the two of them kind of finding togetherness along that route is good, because you're right, it's inverse. Like Domingo's got it all figured out, it seems, at the beginning of the movie, and slowly like things start to unravel, and hey, I don't know about this thing, this may not work, and like it creates a boiler pot situation, while Maclin on the other side is like coming down from that, and the two of them have this great intersect. It's a lot of fun, man. It's a good time, like heartwarming. It's a bunch of softies. Like it's good and not violent and rough in the way that I thought it might be. Nobody's getting shanked. Like it's good. I like that. I can get into that. And I'm running out of good things to say about it. So any other thoughts or recommendations, Andy?
No, I think I'm ready as well.
Andy, would you recommend Sing Sing?
Yeah, I would highly recommend. A24's got to get on their distribution because this was impossible to see in a theater. It's only now been released on streaming way after the Oscars. It definitely should have been recognized a little bit more. It did get, I think, recognized for writing, best picture, possibly acting about Colman Domingo's character.
Yeah.
As well, but incredible performances, very powerful story. Not the kind of prison drama you would expect, but still, it's about some very heavy themes as well. But it's mostly an uplifting movie about redemption through the arts, through community, brotherhood, friendship, all those things.
Yeah, Sing Sing rocks. Would recommend. Slower, softer. If you're like doing laundry one day or you need something pretty chill to kind of throw on, it's a good time. Not a lot of big action, no big set pieces or anything. Like it's a drama for sure, but it's an emotional one and worthy of praise and award, which is why it got nominated for him. Domingo rocks. I can't wait to see what he does next. Keep an eye out for Clarence Maclin. I think he's going to get more work. He's really good. A lot of these guys are. Like it's a good time. Would recommend Sing Sing. It is funny you mentioned that like it was hard to see. When I was doing research for this episode, one of the reviews I saw on YouTube was like the A24 movie you can't see Sing Sing. I was like, God, that feels apt. Yeah, like you just can't find it.
Yeah.
But it's on Max. You can stream it now. You can go check it out. It is a good time. Would recommend Sing Sing.